Hello, this is Professor Algio. I want to go ahead and welcome you to your CoReq 0314-1314. In case you're kind of unsure what this course is, what it is college algebra with support from some of the developmental topics that we need in order to be successful for college algebra. So you can kind of think of it as a two-part course. The first part's going to kind of be shoring up um, those skills we need so that we can be successful when we start the college algebra portion of the course. So the first probably about 5, 6 weeks, we're going to focus on the developmental part of it. So I'm going to post all the information in our college algebra D2L shell though. So we want to make sure we go to our D2L, not the 0314, but the 1314. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And I'm going to go to content. And this, you'll find everything you need to get started in our course. So here, I have a list of things. I have our syllabus. I have our calendar. I have how to register for our platform that we're going to use for completing homework and exams. I also have links to our videos for 0314. So that's our developmental part of the course. That's the part that we're going to use to get ready to be successful in college algebra. And that's our last link right here for my video notes for college algebra. So you will receive 2 grades for this course, okay? So the first grade you'll receive is for the 0314, and then the second part will be the 1314. Okay, and so let's go ahead and take a look at our syllabus. Okay, so here we are. As I told you, Professor Algio. Uh, this is my office. Probably won't be meeting there this semester. My office number, the I won't be in the office much, so emailing me is going to be the best ways for us to communicate. Now, my office hours will be from 2 to 3:30. I'll be online, okay? And so you just have to request for my WebEx link if you want to meet with me during office hours, okay? Please do not hesitate to make that request, okay? So don't be like, oh, I don't want to bother him. I'm setting that time aside for that purpose. Um, I'm available other times also. Okay, so don't just think only from 2 to 3:30 in the afternoon. I understand other times might be preferable, and so you just have to ask, and we will definitely work something out. Okay, so here we are, our course. This is really 2 courses, 0314 and the 1314. The main goal is we want to be successful for college algebra. But to be successful for college algebra, we're going to have to be successful in that first portion, the 0314. So this is going to be a hybrid model, okay? So it's going to be a mixture of face-to-face and online instruction. Now, because of the virus, the coronavirus that's going on, those face-to-face classes may happen or may not happen. So for right now, I'm scheduling some in-person classes before exams. So the day or a couple of days before exams, I'll schedule. We'll look at this on our calendar. I have some days scheduled for us to meet. They will be optional. So if you're not comfortable with coming in person, I completely understand. And like I said, it's going to depend on the conditions. And so if things are not looking so good, I will cancel it. So it's going to be up to my discretion to decide if I want to hold that or not. But it's going to be up to you if you want to show up. So if you're not comfortable with that, that's fine. Here are some links to my websites. Those are already on D2L, and we'll look at those in a moment. Okay, the only thing you have to purchase is access to My Math Lab. If you purchase the book, that's okay. The book hopefully came with a My Math Lab access code. If not, you're going to want to look into that, okay? Now, here's the good news. When you buy your code, it's going to work for both courses. So you only have to purchase it once. Do not purchase 2 of them. You only need 1 access code, okay? And so I'm going to walk you through how to register for this in a moment. And there's a 2-week trial period you can use in case you're waiting on financial aid. Now, if you are using financial aid, you want to kind of get on the ball on that. You need to call the bookstore and make sure you have the right book ordered or the access code ordered. They might be emailing you the access code to make life easier, but you'll want to check on that. If you're going to buy it with your own money, um, you're going to want to the online. It might be easiest to buy it online directly from Pearson. Okay, so it's $69.99 for the 18-week code. If you want to buy the 24-week code, that's good for 2 years. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The the you can buy a code that's good for 2 years, and that one is $110. So if you want to save a little bit of money, just buy the 18-week code. All right. Here is the code when you register for my math lab, but I have a document in D2L that will walk us through that in a moment. As far as calculators, you don't need anything too fancy. A scientific would be best. A graphing, if you have that, great. It's not absolutely necessary. Scientific's probably ideal. You can get one for like $10, or here's some links that you can check out to see if one of these calculators will work for you. Okay, I'm not going to read through the purpose and the course outcomes. If you want to look at that, you can. But basically, the purpose of 0314 is really just to support college algebra. So we're just going to practice some skills that will support us when we get to college algebra. Now, here's the important part. How am I going to be assessed? 20% will go to homework for 0314. And so all those homework sets will be in my math lab, which we'll look at in a minute. As far as exams, there will be 3 regular exams throughout the semester. The questions are going to be taken from the homework and also from some of the video lectures. So you want to make sure you watch the videos, because on the exams, a lot of times I like to throw in some concept questions that might not have been on the homework. Okay. Now, due to the coronavirus, the testing centers are closed. Normally, you would have to go take it in a proctored setting. But with everything going on, you're going to take your exam on My Math Lab. That's what the MML stands for. It's the same program that you're going to do your homework. Now, for each exam, you will be limited to only 1 hour and 20 minutes. Your homework, you have as much time as you want. You are permitted to use your notes. Okay, I'm okay with that. Use your notes. I'm fine with that. I know I can't stop you, and I want you to use your notes. But refrain from using other resources. Okay, do not use apps or any other websites. You're only going to hurt yourself as you move forward, as we move on to college algebra, because some of those cheating apps and websites are not going to help you in college algebra. You need to make sure you have a good foundation. Okay, so you've been warned. Make sure this is your work. Now, since the exams are open notes, that's a pretty nice feature. I will not be dropping or replacing your lowest score. So every exam is going to count. You're going to have 3 of them for our developmental portion of this course. Okay, so make sure you prepare properly for each one. Now, you have those 3 regular exams. Now, you've probably been thinking, looking at this, 60 or 80%. Maybe you're a little confused. So what's going to happen is, after we do our homework and we take our 3 exams, if you're passing, then that's great. You're done. But if you're not passing, there is an optional final exam. Okay, so if you're not passing, you can take this final exam to try to get up to passing, and that one will be worth 20%. Okay, so it's either going to be 20% and 80%, or else it's going to be 20, 60, 20. Okay, so it depends on what you decide. So after we're done with our 3rd exam, I'll contact students that are not passing, and we can decide if you want to go ahead and take the optional final, which would seem like the obvious choice. Okay, but if you are passing, then that's great. Now, for college algebra, the final exam will not be optional, so we'll keep that in mind when we look at that in a minute. Now, the way grades work for this first part of the course, the developmental part, you can make an A, a B, or a C, which should be familiar with those grades. Now, an IP is kind of like your D. We don't give Ds in developmental. Instead, we give an IP, which basically means you don't get credit. So if you want to move on to college algebra, you haven't quite received that credit yet, um, but you didn't quite fail. So it's kind of like you're in the middle. You didn't quite pass it, but you didn't fail it. It's kind of, I believe it's mostly to help you out with financial aid purposes or the GI Bill, so that on your transcript it doesn't hurt you. Okay. Okay, here's college algebra. Once again, there's a purpose. Basically, you're trying to fulfill your degree plan, and then you can look at the outcomes if you want to. You can look over these in depth on your own. Let's look at how you're assessed here. This time, homework's only going to be 15%. Okay, still a pretty good chunk though. And then you're going to have 4 regular exams for college algebra, and that's going to take up 65% of your grade. Okay, same deal going on here. You get an hour and 20 minutes for each exam, and you're allowed to use your notes, but refrain from any outside resources. Okay, if you're going to go on to trigonometry or some other courses, this is the foundation of all math courses that precede college algebra. Okay, so you want to make sure you've got that foundation before you move forward. Now, once again, I'm not going to drop your lowest test score because they're open notes. Okay, there's no excuse. You should be well prepared. Okay, final exam is going to be 20%. You can see it's not optional here. Okay, you'll have an hour and 50 minutes to take that final exam. It will be open notes. I'm not trying to stop you from using your notes. Okay, I think that's a good practice. Okay, but once again, don't use any other sources. Okay, your grading scale, the only difference here is you can earn a D in college algebra. The only problem with that is a lot of times it won't transfer. Now, a D at Lone Star is good if you're doing a 2-year degree plan, but if you plan on doing a 4-year degree plan, you need to have a C or better. So just keep that in mind. Now, students may be dropped if they score a 0 on 2 or more exams. At that point, mathematically, it's going to be pretty difficult to pass the course if you receive a 0 on more than one exam. Even if you receive a 0 on one exam, it's going to be quite a challenge. The other reason would be if you don't have access to My Math Lab after 2 weeks, okay? And once again, we're going to look at My Math Lab in a moment and discuss that. If you do decide that to withdraw is within your best interest, you have till November 9th to do that. Here is a link, and then also if you scan this with your phone, it will take you to a Lone Star website that gives you information about all this stuff right here, okay? The one that I'll highlight is the Americans with Disability Act. If you have any accommodations, make sure to get me your paperwork so that we can make sure we have those accommodations in place. Here's another link and QR code for the North Harris Math website. And there's a lot of good information here, but probably the best thing here is the virtual tutoring. So let me see. Let me click on this link real quick because that's not what it takes you to first. See, so it takes you to right here, and if you click on virtual tutoring, then it'll take you here. Now, what will happen is eventually you'll see some hours here set up for each day of the week. And so you can come here and there'll be some WebEx classrooms available. And so you just log in and or you click the link and you can work with a tutor one-on-one. Great resource that you'll want to take advantage of. And actually, I guess this is a link directly to it right there. That link is what we were just looking at. And then down here is Lone Star College COVID-19 prevention expectations. And so this is a hybrid course. So potentially we might be meeting on campus depending on the conditions. And so you'll want to make sure, I'm not going to read this. You can read it on your own, but it's about, wearing a mask and everything. And if you don't follow these guidelines, you can be expelled and some other consequences. So you want to make sure you're aware of what's going to be expected if you do come onto campus. So that's our syllabus. Next, we'll take a look at the calendar. So here's our calendar. Now, this is a pacing calendar to kind of give you an idea of how much work you need to complete each day or each week. So I have it scheduled for Monday through Thursday. You can obviously work on other days, okay? But this is just kind of to give you an idea. If we were meeting in person, this is about the pace I would go, okay? So class procedures, that's basically, watching this video. And then 1.1, basic operations of numbers and stuff. And I'm going to show you how to find the video and how to find the assignment in a moment. And so our unit 1 only takes about 2 weeks, a little less than 2 weeks actually. And then September 2nd, you can kind of review to prepare for it. Reviewing would basically be going through your homework. Since the exam's open notes, reviews won't be supplied. So instead, to prepare for an exam, I'm going to ask you to go back through your homework and just make sure you know how to do them properly. Take notes. So open notes, okay? So our first exam is going to be September 3rd. I'm going to make that exam available from September 1st all the way to September 8th. So that's a week and a day. So you have a full week and a day to take it. Now, this is a hybrid, so we are allowed to meet on campus a couple times throughout the semester. And so I have those bolded on our calendar right here. So I have one right there on September 8th. I know it's the last day of the exam that you can take it, but I'm making myself available from 9:30 to 10:50. And that room is on the syllabus. It might change. I think it's room 183 in the Winship building, but it's possible that room, and I think the building probably won't change, but I will definitely let y'all know as that approaches. Now, if conditions start to worsen and um, I'm concerned about the health and safety of myself and our students, then I will go ahead and cancel it. So I will definitely let y'all know ahead of time. It is optional. So if you don't feel comfortable, even though if I am going to have it and it's optional, you don't want to come, that's fine too. So we'll just have to wait and see, to be honest. Okay. And then our unit 2 starts right here. Oh yeah, let's talk about these firm dates. So the exam will be available September 1st through the 8th. All homework though is going to be due on this date right here, September 3rd. Okay, so after September 3rd, you can't complete any more of this homework from unit 1. Okay, so you have plenty of time to get that done. Don't wait till the last minute, okay? Because I'm not going to extend the time for you, okay? So you have plenty of time there. Okay, so then there's our second unit here. Then I have our on-campus review on September 17th right there. That's a Thursday. So Tuesday and Thursday are the days they have made available for us if we are going to meet on campus. And so once again, there's an optional time right there. The exam right there. So all the homework from Unit 2 will be due on the 21st. You'll have between the 16th and the 22nd. Once again, you have a full week to take that exam. Okay. So I'm not going to go through the whole calendar, but I just want to show you that right here on October 5th, that's basically the end of our developmental part of the course, okay? Reviewing concepts to prepare us. So let's see, how many weeks is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, basically 6 weeks in a day. So for about 6 weeks in a day, we're going to focus on those concepts to prepare us for college algebra. So starting October 6th is when college algebra actually begins, okay? So you can see I start over with 1.1. And as you go down, you can see it's going to be set up the same way the first course is set up. We'll have our exam. I'll give you a window in which you can take it, when the homework's due, and then hopefully we'll be able to meet on campus for those that want to take advantage of that. So as we go through here, let's see, our last exam is on December 1st, okay? And then we have our final exam the following week right there. And then once again, you have a window right here from December 3rd to December 8th to take that final exam. So anyways, kind of look through the calendar. If you have questions, don't hesitate to contact me and ask any questions you have. Okay, the next thing we'll look at is our platform that we're going to use. And so this is going to be My Math Lab. This is a popular platform that students like. So this is the handout with the instructions right here. And so I definitely use this when you're registering to make sure you've got the right ID and all that kind of stuff. So they give you the link. You go to the link. You're going to put this in right here. That ALGEO06758. And it will walk you through how to set up your account. It's pretty simple. Uh, when you put your email, put whatever email you check. You don't have to put your school email. I want you to put whatever email you check on a regular basis, and I'll show you why in a minute. So let me go ahead and go to my math lab. So here's my math lab, okay? So you'll have something pretty similar to this. You'll only have one course though, unless you're taking other courses that use Pearson. And so our course is actually inside here. So I'm going to go ahead and click inside here. So here's your course right here. I'm going to go ahead and open that up. And so when you get in here, you've got two tabs. You got your homework tab and you got quizzes and tests, okay? So if you go to homework, I think they'll be here, but they might say they're overdue because I haven't set yeah, they say past due. I haven't set the dates yet, but I'll go ahead and do that soon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and open one of these up so you can see what it looks like. Okay, so here's a glimpse at our first assignment right here, basic operations of numbers. And so there's 19 questions you can see here. So I'm just looking at the very first question. So it says, rewrite the following expression without the absolute value bars. And I'm going to go ahead and put the wrong answer in for a minute. So I'm going to say, check it. And it's going to say, you're wrong. And it actually kind of gives me a little explanation. Sometimes they're good, sometimes not so much, but hopefully, you can go back and watch my video if you need more help. Okay, I'm going to try it again, even though it's wrong, just so we can see what happens. And I'm wrong again. Okay. And then it says final check. So it gives me 3 times. I'm going to get it wrong again. So I'm going to try it again. Oh, I'm wrong. Then they tell me the correct answer. Skill builder can like work on some of the skills you need. I would kind of avoid that. Sometimes they can kind of go in some directions that aren't necessary. So I'm gonna go ahead and X that out. Oh man, I got it wrong. So what can I do? Can I still get that one right somehow? Yes. If you click similar example, it'll pop up another question just like the one I just worked on. And you can do that up to 5 times. So you should be able to get 100 on every homework assignment, okay? Now, this is going to be your best friend up here that says question help. If you look up here, you have view an example. That's probably the most popular one students like. View an example right here. It'll kind of walk you through step by step. A lot of times they do it the same way I do it in my videos. Sometimes they might do it a little different. Okay, so it's kind of, you can try both of them, see which one works best for you. Same thing with their videos. If you watch their videos, sometimes they might do it the same way I did it, or from my videos, or they might do it a little different. Now, this is going to be one of the most important ones right here. It says ask my instructor. Now when I click on this, it's not going to work, but when you click on that, for you guys, it will populate an email up on your screen. An email is going to pop up and it'll have the question in there, and you can just type, I'm struggling with this one, can you give me a hint, or whatever, and press send, and it will send it directly to me. And then what I typically do is I'll make you a video and I'll send you back a link to my video so you can see um, how to work the problem. Okay, and so that's the most popular thing students like to do is send me the questions and then I'll just send back a video working it out for them. Okay. All right. Go ahead and close that out. So my math lab, it's very popular. The students like it because you have instant feedback. You know whether you got it right or wrong. You don't have to wait. Okay. And the homework will be done the same way. Obviously, you won't have those tools to help you answer the questions, though. And it will be timed when you do the exams. But my math lab can somewhat have a learning curve to it. But like I said, I've surveyed students. They like it. And so I've continued to use it over the years. All right, let's see. What do we have next? I think next is going to be the websites. So if you, I have two links. One's for our developmental part of the course, and then one's for the college algebra. So we'll go ahead and look at the developmental right here. To be honest, I only have the first unit posted right here, and I don't think I have all the videos yet posted. I have most of them, but I've got a couple I need to work on. So if I click on Unit 1, our outline notes for Unit 1, right here, a PDF will pop up of our notes for the first unit. Most students prefer to print it out. It's helpful to have that when you're going through the videos to follow along so you're not having to write down so much stuff as you're trying to keep up with the video. And then if you click on any of these, it'll take you to YouTube and the videos are here. If you need captions, there are captions. All right, so let's see. And then let's look at the college algebra, and this is how the college algebra one looks. Now, this one is complete because I've already taught this course online multiple times, and so I have all the videos for that one. But you don't need to worry about that till October. So we've got some time, so you don't need to worry about the college algebra one right now. We're just going to focus on this one. Because right now, like I said, I only have Unit 1 posted, but you'll see videos popping up every day because I'm trying to pace myself. I'm making a couple each day so that I don't get overwhelmed. Okay, so I think that pretty much covers most of it. So if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to send me an email.